Summer Wells went missing from her home on the 15th of June 2021. She went missing from a home in the Beach Creek area after her mother rang and reported her missing. To me, the focus is far too much on how she disappeared and the afternoon that she did disappear and how her mother went down into the basement and how she was gone. I would forget that story completely and I would focus on what happened during the day and what happened leading up to her going missing.
The parents have called in and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home, now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
This morning, Donald Wells spoke on camera for the first time since his daughter disappeared.
That Summer will be okay, and please come home.
I want to point out here that TBI says the Wells family has been very cooperative with investigators throughout their search efforts.
And you have these three young boys, and they want their younger sister back.
If I understand correctly what you've said, you took Summer in the front door.
Yes.
And you said to the three boys, keep an eye on Summer.
Yes. And then I went back outside to my mom's camper, which was right next to the house. And I had to fix her knee brace for her.
And that took?
Only 2 minutes.
And then what'd you do?
I went back in my home. The three boys sitting there watching TV.
No Summer?
No Summer.
Okay, what'd you do then?
I asked the boys where she was at. And they told me that she went downstairs to play with her toys. I looked for her everywhere I could look. In the room, under the blankets, whatever. And she was gone.
The scent went straight down that dog trail by that yellow generator, right from where that picture's taken. She says, where's Summer? She went down in the basement.
I yelled downstairs for her a couple times.
She went down there and she was gone.
And I didn't get no answer, which was unusual. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight.
So she went out the basement door, which was unlocked, and we haven't seen her since.
Almost immediately, Summer's parents became the center of a police investigation.
Summer's parents, Candus and Dawn, had something to do with this, or have you ruled that out?
We haven't ruled anything out. Everything's possible.
This appearance on Dr. Phil in 2021, she walked out of an interview in Texas.
No, I'm being interrogated again, and I don't want to do this anymore. Yes, I am.
We'll stop. I want you to feel comfortable.
Summer's older brothers were taken by Child Protective Services back in July. A deeper strain now on their parents' marriage.
Me and her have had a lot of problems because of this. We're both just down, miss our kids, don't exactly know how to deal with all that.
Girl who went missing last month is related to another missing person who hasn't been seen in almost 12 years.
Today marks 2 years since a little girl in Tennessee vanished from her rural home. And what you're seeing here is a brand new age progression photo from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. This is what Summer may look like today. She'd be 7 years old. She was 5 when she disappeared.
She had gotten herself into a situation where it wasn't her fault, but
No.
you know what I mean?
No, she's a good mother. She loves her children. She's not going to allow any situation like that. The biggest mistake she might have made is maybe choosing some wrong friends, which is, it happens.
Don Wells pleaded guilty to driving under the influence last year. Candus also filed an order of protection against him, asked for it to be dismissed. He now faces criminal charges in 3 states, including a domestic assault arrest in 2020. 2 years later, investigators have not charged either Don or his wife in connection to Summer's disappearance.
Everybody makes mistakes, and we all have to learn and go on.
Don says it's gotten so bad he had to leave the state. Now the two live in a motel in Arkansas, where Don was able to find a new job.
I have lost control. I've done stupid things, and for that I apologize.
Confessions of a father who says he has struggled emotionally since the disappearance of his daughter. And that's not all.
You know, we've had problems with threats, violence, and all kind of things like that.
It's clear how many think of him.
It's been dangerous not only for us, but for everybody that we're involved with.
Fuck you and her both. Fuck you!
Ain't nobody trying to help us.
Yeah, fuck
there is nobody.
You don't care about nothing.
Okay, well that's good.
The only fucking thing you care about is your son from dead.
Look, she's at the point where she don't give a fuck anymore. If summer comes home, that'll be a different story. But as of right now, she's not coming home. As of right now, there's no hope. As of right now, there's no sign that she will ever come home. Believe me, if I ever find out who took her, it's not gonna be good. They broke my wife's heart and they broke my heart. She slept in between me and Candus for 5 years straight because I tried to get her sleep in her own bed. She come to me one night. I said, Summer, you have to sleep in your own bed. She went in there and laid down, and she come back. She was tears in her eyes. She says, but Daddy, I just want to be with you. And I says, okay, Summer. Yeah, I know exactly what happened. This is what happened. Yeah, I was at work, but you know what? I trust my wife's word 100%, and I know exactly what happened. Some sorry motherfucker come up here and abducted our daughter. I have 7 alibis. Candus ain't got none. She's going down. Yep.
As for Summer's case, Don says they have private investigators working with police. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office is still working alongside the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Don says he hasn't learned anything new from police, but has always said he believes Summer was abducted. In the past, the sheriff said there's no evidence that happened.
Nothing pointing to abduction, nothing pointing to foul play, other than her walking outside the house and not being found.
This Saturday marks 3 years since the disappearance of then 5-year-old Summer Wells from her Hawkins County home. To this day, law enforcement still has not located Summer Wells and are not any closer to finding her.
See all these families, you know, with their kids and how much they enjoy them and stuff, and we were stripped away from all our kids. All our kids have been kidnapped from us by DCS, and who knows, we're not sure about Summer, but we know about where our boys are at.
There's still an active Amber Alert in Hawkins County. It's been ongoing for almost 3 years. Now, Beach Creek is much quieter, almost like it was before that alert went out.
They should do more to try to find this little girl, because ever since then I've been really, really cautious with my grandkids.
We don't have the evidence in this case to know for sure whether or not Summer was abducted or whether or not she walked away from her home and became lost. It's really important to us to not focus all of our efforts on just one of those two. We think that the only way we'll be successful in finding Summer is to continue to walk down both of those investigative paths to ensure that we don't become focused on one area alone and miss something that's crucially important. I would say this case has not gone cold. A cold case is typically framed up as a case where there are no tips or leads that are coming in and there are no investigative efforts that are happening because there is no place to travel with the investigation. I would say in this case, thanks to the public, we've continued to have tips and leads that have come in that agents have been able to follow up on continuously. And the agents have worked tirelessly when tips and leads weren't coming in to try to find ways to investigate when typically people would lay down their effort. It has been a great partnership between the community and law enforcement to not let this case sit and go sterile. We continue to focus on ground search efforts. We continue to focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area or technology that could have been used that may give us an investigative lead. All stones are being turned over. There's not one thing that's being done. We've been extremely creative as we've investigated this case and continue to try to find ways to turn over rocks that we didn't even know that were there to turn over.
There's still an active Amber Alert in Hawkins County, and it's been ongoing for almost 3 years.
Dawn and Candus Wells haven't stopped praying that their daughter Summer will be found.
We have hope, always. I mean, we have to trust God that there's hope in eternal life in heaven. We know that she was taken off her property, and we know she was taken away in a vehicle, or they would have found her in the area if she was somewhere in the area. Over a year, I think. I haven't talked to any law enforcement at all. I tried to talk to the FBI agent about it, but that didn't go anywhere.
The Amber Alert is still active. If you know where Summer Wells is, you have a tip or lead that might go somewhere, please don't hold it. If you're watching this video for the first time and you think you know something, come forward. Please. It's time. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is 1-800-TBI-FIND.